How's it going, everybody? Coach Matt coming at you with a reaction video to the Major League Baseball's 2021 first power ranking. I am very excited to do this. I haven't done a reaction video. I haven't had a chance to look at the rankings yet. I got a friend who sent me all the teams in an order, so I'm starting from 30 going up to 1. I am a Dodger fan, so I wonder where the Dodgers are going to be. I personally think they're number 2, but we'll see where they're ranked in the Major League Baseball's power ranking system. Without further ado, let's get into our video of my reaction. So let's see here. The first team is, for number 30 in Major League Baseball, is the Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't know how I feel about that. They just signed Todd Frazier, so they're a little bit better. I think it was a minor league deal. He might just be a stopgap for some of their minor leaguers. But regardless, they didn't really have a big offseason. They traded away Josh Bell to the Washington Nationals. So I do think that they are pretty bad, but I do think that the Orioles and the Rockies are just a little bit worse. That's my feeling. Let's see here. 29 is going to be the Colorado Rockies. I definitely believe the Rockies are pretty far down. They literally have Troy Story, and that's it. David Dahl is gone. Nolan Arenado was basically given away for, I don't even know what you would call it. They literally said, nope, we're not going to trade him. Actually, yeah, we're going to trade him, and then we're going to give you, the St. Louis Cardinals, $50 million because, we feel that we need to give you $50 million. I don't know what the deal is with that. The Rockies are, I have no idea why they made that trade. I do think that the Rockies are probably the worst team in baseball. So I disagree with this. I think they should be 30. Let's see. Coming in 28 is the Baltimore Orioles. Yep, I would agree that. They brought in Felix Hernandez and who is the pitcher for the Mets? Another pitcher for the Mets who they could have some resurgent career, but they're playing in the AL East. Pretty tough to win any games against the Yankees. They're going to be so good. Let's see. 27 is the Texas Rangers. I would agree. They traded away Lance Lynn. They did sign David Dahl. I don't know how I feel about them being 27. I would probably put them, 27 is probably all right. I see how that can fit out. The Tigers come in at 26. Pretty good offseason. They signed Dustin Garneau and Wilson Ramos. They brought in Derek Holland. I feel like they're better today than they were at the end of the 2020 season. So I think you might want to watch out for the Detroit Tigers. They're in a pretty good division though with the Twins and the White Sox. But regardless, I do think that they are better today than they were at the end of last season. Coming in at 25 is the Diamondbacks. They did nothing. They've only got Ketel Marte, and that's basically it. I know they're banking on Bumgarner to have a bounce-back season, a few other guys, but regardless, I don't think they're going to have that. Coming in at 24 is the Seattle Mariners. I think the Mariners are actually pretty good, but they, I know with the recent thing with the GM and him making his statements, I do feel like the Mariners actually might do better with that GM gone. They might have a little bit of they might bring up those players that they're so-called managing their time in the service time manipulation. I do think that will actually play in their favor. I do think that they're going to be better than they are, but it's going to be hard to win in that division. The Astros are still really good, and the Angels did improve, so it's going to be pretty hard to win in that AL West. Coming in at 23 is the Kansas City Royals. They just got Benintendi. I feel like the Royals did get better. I would probably place them a little bit higher than this. That's just my opinion, but regardless, 23, I think it's a respectable ranking, but I do think that they should be ranked a little bit higher. Coming in at 22, the San Francisco Giants. I don't know much of what they did this offseason. I know that they overpaid for that Kevin Gausman. I think that guy definitely fleeced Farhan Zaidi. But regardless, I feel like they're going to have a pretty decent season. I definitely think they're better than the Rockies, and they're definitely better than the Diamondbacks. So they're going to have a pretty decent season. They'll probably finish 60 to 70 wins, somewhere in there, maybe 72 or 73 wins. Somewhere between 60 and 75 wins is my personal opinion. Let's see, the Miami Marlins. I keep saying Florida Marlins. Miami Marlins, I think that they're a little bit worse than what they're ranked at here, 21. I know they were a playoff team last year. They had a pretty illustrious 2020, and they make it into the playoffs. but I don't foresee them winning many games. I see them maybe winning 55 to 65 games. I don't think they're that good. Coming in at 20 is the Reds. You know, yes, I think that's a respectable number for where they are. I do think that the Reds are pretty decent. They still have Joey Votto, who is always productive. They got Sonny Gray. They did lose Trevor Bauer. We'll see what happens with them, but I think 20 is probably right for them. Coming at 19 is the Boston Red Sox. Yeah, I'd probably keep them around 19. I definitely don't. I don't discount that. I don't think they got much pitching. I know they signed my guy Kike Hernandez, but other than that, yeah, I don't foresee. I think it's a good ranking for them is 19. Coming in at 18 is the Philadelphia Phillies. I think the Phillies drastically improved from last year. They signed a whole bunch of bullpen arms. I know that their bullpen was the worst bullpen in the history of all of Major League Baseball last year. So I'm hoping they are better. I do think that having them being competitive in the NL East would be great. Having the Mets and the Nationals and the Phillies and the Braves all be very good. That would be a lot of fun to see. The Marlins, yeah, I don't think they're going to come up, but I think the Phillies ranked at 18. That's probably okay. They could probably be a little bit higher. I think that the Cubs had a really terrible offseason, so I would rank the Cubs worse than the Phillies, but that's just my opinion. Coming in at 17 is the Anaheim Angels, or the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. I think they are better than they were at the end of last season. They had a big surge at the end. I was kind of rooting for them. Just being a Southern California guy growing up in Orange County, I do kind of have a little soft spot for them, but I don't particularly care if they're really good or really bad. I just, kind of back of my mind, like, yeah, I would like them to be good. I know I have some family members who really like the Angels. But I think they improved. I think 17 is probably an appropriate ranking for them. So I agree with that one. Chicago Cubs, I disagree with this 16 ranking. I think they should probably be about 20 or 21. These guys, they traded Yu Darvish. They signed Jock Peterson, but he can only hit right-hand hitters. And if the wind's blowing in, the guy ain't gonna hit it out. He's got some big power, but he's not gonna hit it out. Schwarber's gone. Lester's gone. I don't foresee them being all that good. So I think that I disagree with that one wholeheartedly. Coming in at 15 is the Cleveland Indians. I wholeheartedly disagree with this. I don't see them being very good. Yes, they got Shane Bieber, but who else do they got? Honestly, let's be real here. Carrasco was traded to the Mets as well as Francisco Lindor. I don't foresee them actually being very good. I would probably rank them in the 20, 22, 24 range, somewhere down there. Coming at 14 is the Nationals. That's a lot of shade right there. I think they'd be a little bit higher because they got the three pitchers, Corbin, Strasburg, and Scherzer. So I do foresee them being better. And they got Lester. Man, they got four good pitchers. I know Lester's kind of at the end of his tail end of his career, so we'll see what happens with that. But regardless, I do think that they will actually be better than projected here at 14. They're probably going to be in the top. I'd say I'd rank them at like 12 is my personal opinion. And they got Schwarber. They got some bats, man. They got Soto and Schwarber. They got some bats there in Washington. They're going to be pretty good. Coming in at 13 is the Milwaukee Brewers. Again, I think they're going to be competitive. I think 13 is a bit high. I'd probably rank them at like 15 or 16. I think I would flip the Brewers with the Indians. I'd put them down to 15. I'd put the Angels. Yeah, I'd put the Angels up. I'd drop the Brewers down. I don't foresee the Brewers. What did they do this offseason? I don't think they did anything. Did the Brewers sign anybody? I didn't hear about them signing anybody. Coming in at 12 is the Oakland Athletics. I don't agree with that. They lost Liam Hendricks. They lost Marcus Semien. I know they got Clark from the Dodgers and Cody Thomas, who's definitely ready for the major leagues, but I don't think we'll see how he does. I know he hit a whole bunch of home runs in the minor leagues, but we'll see what happens with him in the pitcher-friendly Oakland Athletic Park. So I would put them down. I don't think they're that high. I'd probably swap the Phillies with the Nationals and Phillies would be 12, 13, and then I'd put the Angels behind them, and then Cubs, Brewers, A's, Indians. That's how I would rank it. Coming in at number 11 is the St. Louis Cardinals. I agree. I think they're right around 11 with Nolan Arenado and Goldschmidt kind of retooling the St. Louis fan base. I'm sure they're excited to have a team that's going to be pretty competitive. that NL Central is going to be competitive. I'm really excited for that because they're probably all going to be like 72 and 70. So I think that one's going to come down to the wire, but it's going to be a pretty close division. I don't think they're better than the NL East. I don't think they're better than the NL West, without a doubt. Coming in and at 10 is the Houston Astros. They did get worse and they did come down. So I would agree with this. I think 10 is probably right. They still have some good pitchers. They still have, is it Yordan Alvarez? Their big phenom that's coming up. He's pretty good. So I do think that's right. I think them and the Angels are the two-person team that's going to be fighting for the AL West. I don't think the Mariners have a chance. I don't think the A's really have a chance personally. I think that they're a lot worse than what they're being given. So that's my opinion. On number 9 is the Tampa Bay Rays. I feel like they got way worse. That's just my opinion. I would probably put them down at like 13 or 14. I should do my own list, really. But I don't agree with that. I think they should be definitely worse than the top 10. They don't deserve to be in the top 10. The Toronto Blue Jays come in at number 8. They made some moves. They made some splashes. I agree with this move. I think them being at number 8 is appropriate. It's going to be very hard to beat the Yankees. That division is going to be a lot of fun to watch this year. And that'll be great. Vlad Guerrero lost a bunch of weight. I can't wait to see what happened with him and how his bat is going to be. Coming in at 7 is the Minnesota Twins. So, see, I feel like they didn't do a lot. I felt like they lost. Did they lose? Who did they lose? They lost a guy. And I think he went to the White Sox. Was it Nelson Cruz? Nelson Cruz re-signed, didn't he? Regardless, I do think that the Twins are a top 10 team. But being number 7, not so sure. I'd probably put them at 9. I'd flip them with the Rays. Coming in at 6 is the Chicago White Sox. I think the White Sox had a really good offseason. They got Lance Lynn. They retooled up. I think that the White Sox are going to be very competitive. The AL Central is going to be a very fun division. I'm excited. Baseball season, I just can't wait. I am so ready. I started watching college baseball. My Fullerton Titans got robbed yesterday on a blown call in the bottom of the 9th, but regardless, I'm just excited for baseball. So without further ado, we're coming into the top 5. I have a feeling I know who number 5 is going to be, and they say the New York Mets. So I do think that the Mets are number 5. They're drastically improved from last year. They have a 4-man solid rotation. I think they're going to be very fun to watch. And there's a lot of little beef on Twitter with the Mets and Trevor Bauer of the Dodgers. So it'll be fun when those two teams play. I'm super excited to see that. Coming in at number 4 is going to be the Atlanta Braves. And, I do think that the Braves are a number 4. They were a couple outs away from going to the World Series. Thankfully for my Dodgers, we definitely had that big 2-out double play with Justin Turner to turn that whole game around, that whole series around. I do think that they're number 4. 100%. I definitely agree with that. And I can't wait to see them in the playoffs. Number 3 is the New York Yankees. Oh, man. So we're getting closer to number 2 and 1. Oh, man. The New York Yankees are a very good team. I do think that they are the best team in the American League. Aaron Hicks is projected to be good. I know Aaron Judge is going to be a monster like he always is. I know that Giancarlo Stanton is continually injured, so I wonder what's going to happen with him. He might be trade bait. Who knows? But I know that they picked up Kluber, so I know that they're going to be a lot better than they were before. Has anyone seen Kluber without a beard? I wonder if that's a thing. Has he done a press conference yet? Let me know in the comment section below. Coming in number 2, I personally think the Dodgers are number 2. But MLB has the Padres at number 2. The Padres, I think, are the best team in baseball. I think they're number 1. They picked up Snell and Darvish, and if Lement is healthy, they're going to be very good. I think Tatis and Machado and Hosmer, those guys are going to be so good. It's going to be such a fun season seeing these two guys duke it out. But coming in at number 1 is the LA Dodgers. I think it's because I'm a pessimist, being a Dodger fan and being let down for so many years. I always think that other teams are better than the Dodgers. So I really hope that the Dodgers hold true to their name and actually do what is expected of them. Coming in at number 1 is a really good feeling. I really like feeling that they're ranked number 1. But then again, me growing up as a Dodger fan and having so much letdown in my life, I'm always just a little bit pessimistic. So I do think that the Padres are gunning for the Dodgers this year, and I do think the Padres are gonna play us hard. But we'll see what plays out. So if you guys like this video, I'm going to be making videos every single day. I'm going to be doing every day. I'm going to talk about how the previous day went, and I'm going to preview the day following. I'm going to really go in and do this. I'm living in Eastern North Carolina, and there's no pro baseball over here. So this is what I'm going to do to pass the time and have a hobby on the side and talk baseball. You know, I'm really excited to really like recap MLB every single day. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's my favorite sport is baseball. So I hope you guys like this. If you like the content, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment below on if you agree or disagree with some of the things that I said or some of the rankings Major League Baseball had. And we'll see you tomorrow.